I always forget. Someone takes a shot. I think Bosch tips it to Rayallen checks his feet just enough in time, takes the shot, and I said, that kills me.
That sounds like you're watching a videotape of a comedy session.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coach D and OG Shawn Reacts. I'm here with the big homie, my co-host, who I wouldn't do this with any other person but the man himself, OG Shawn. Appreciate you, family. And we are doing a round of 32 of the NBA's biggest what ifs. Now, we were kind of just speaking about it off air, but we've got here on one side, if the Chris Paul trade had been approved, and then you got on the other side, Jerry Krause. Now, starting with the left side, Shawn, I didn't realize, or from my memory, I remember Chris Paul wanted to go to the Lakers, but the NBA blocked that. But I didn't realize all these other trades, like Gasol would have been a Houston Rocket.
I just know at the time, I just know David Stern vetoed the trade because at that time, the league, no person or no entity or no conglomeration or group did own Newly. No, they were owned by the NBA.
Okay.
At that point in time, I knew that, and then he vetoed it, and I was like, "Why you veto that?" That was like even like Jay used to say, David Stern cost Chris Paul a ring.
Yeah, he did say that.
You know what I mean? Chris Paul and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? He did say that in Chris Paul and Kobe.
Yeah.
You know, whether they would have got along is a different story. But I didn't know that was like, when you look at it like that, I don't know why you vetoed the trade, because from what I'm saying, Houston Rockets get Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol was still him at that time. You know, people forget Pau Gasol was the man. You know, he took Memphis to a couple playoffs. Pau Gasol was a player back in the day. And New Orleans would have got
Dragic, man.
Kmart, the Scola. And who's that number 13? I can't. Let
me zoom in. Oh, I did not mean to pick that.
Oh, Lamar?
Was that Lamar? Wow.
Now it definitely makes no sense. That definitely would have made no sense, bro.
Wait, can I go back on that? That
definitely would have made no sense. I don't know why.
We're going to have to start that again. I did not mean to click that by accident. Okay. Guess we're well, I know we're going to gradually come back to that, but...
Okay. I remember, and...
If Len Bias hadn't... Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll be honest. I'm a historian. I watched OKC, and don't get me wrong. Remember, you were looking at OKC. I started OKC, yeah? There's no way, if they stayed together, all three of them would have been MVP of the league. Well, KD's the only one who didn't become MVP. KD's won MVP of the league, hasn't he?
No, he hasn't. Wait, MVP of the league? KD, yeah. I'm sure he has. I think he has.
That's what I'm thinking.
He has, no, because he even did that speech and he said, like, Mom, you're the real MVP. Yeah, he has, yeah.
Yeah, he's won one. Yeah, they're all MVPs. And KD's a two-time finals MVP. They wouldn't have all been MVP. Like, there's no way I'd have known Harden would have been who he is, you know. But I heard Len Bias was Jordan. Yeah, but with height.
Really?
6'8", 6'9". Yeah, to jump out the building like I'm hearing he was one of them.
What?
Yeah, I'm hearing that he was dominant in college. From what I'm hearing is he would have been, if he stayed on that trajectory, we would have been talking about him right now. He would have been in the history.
For real?
I'm hearing he was like that to a point of, we don't know if, I'm not saying Jordan wouldn't have been Jordan, but he could have been his rival, because they've got him playing Jordan in college. He was like that, bro. It's a shame that he got drafted, and then he had a cocaine in it.
Oh man.
Bad, yeah, and then boom, that was it, bro. That was it, bro. But Len Bias, that's what I'm hearing from college. I'm hearing that.
Okay.
You know, so that super trumps the OKC kind of for me.
Yeah.
You know? And especially because we are right where we are right now, OKC, they're good right now, and they won a ring in a sense.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? The franchise has won a ring, but Yeah, and I saw them play,
Right.
and they did get to the finals. We did see them get to the finals, but I'm more with the Lynn bias. I didn't even see, but from what I heard from players and coaches and all, that's all I'm hearing.
Wow,
All
man.
I'm hearing that Lynn was one of them dudes. So one of them dudes in college.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm going with Lynn bias still.
Len Bias it is. Wow, man. Okay. Gonna have to check that out, man. If no choke, Sprewell. If Ben Wilson hadn't died. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know about the
I'm
Ben Wilson.
I'm not
I know
familiar.
about the choked trio.
What's that one?
I know about the choked
Put
trio.
us on game one, that one.
Oh, him and that's TJ Carlissimo, the coach,
Okay.
yeah? And he was coaching Golden State Warriors, and they had a falling out to a point where there's many interviews in that, so I don't know. I'm not like 100% factual, but it was a point where they went at it. And like, people think that when coaches and NBA players go at it, it's like a coach is talking to a player and the player just can't take it. No, the coach is talking to him disrespectfully.
Okay.
Like, when you see coaches and players usually
Yeah.
argue, it's like you arguing with a grown man on the
Right.
street. You fucking shit, you piece of shit. You ain't gonna be shit. You're not shit.
Damn.
They talk to you like
Damn.
that. Yeah, they talk to you like that. You understand? Talk to you like, you're a piece of shit. Get out of here. You're no good shit. Fuck you. You're shit.
Damn.
You understand? They talk to you really degrading. Not all men can take
Yeah,
that.
true.
Even on low right now. You could be a full grown adult. And you walk in the street and a man tells you, shut your mouth. What the fuck is
Exactly.
on
On site.
And that's you understand. Simple as that is. So what happened was they were arguing, and it got out. It got to a point where he berated Sprewell, and Sprewell weren't having it, and Sprewell also told him stop, and they're going back and forth. And then he must have said to Sprewell, and Sprewell, I'll come and knock you and choke you out. Went over and choked him.
Who? The
hand
coach?
on Sprewell. Hand on throat, choked the living fuck out of him.
Wait, is this live during the game?
No. Training camp.
My days.
Off-season training camp.
That's wild.
That's when Sprewell got suspended.
That's wild.
Sprewell got suspended for a season and ended up in New York.
My
that was
gosh.
just before he went to New York. Choked him, bro. Choked him. And they all grabbed him off him and everything. Sprewell left. Sprewell came back with a 2x4, looking to whack him up even more. Yeah. But like I said, there's a lot to it, innit? It's like a lot of brewing in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I even heard Kenny Martin said like he went to his manager, coach, and I said George Carl.
Yeah.
I said, oh, not you. He said that to him, but not in front of everybody. So you can imagine there's a million stories of coaches and this happening, but this was the one time the coaching. Put it this way, I reckon there's a million stories of coaches and players literally getting into it physically. But not all have seen the light as this one's seen the light.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like the Jordan Poole with Draymond, that's happened tons of times.
Exactly.
With other players, fighting other players, knocking up. But it's just not all reported. But because I was there, and I knew I lived through it, and I know I was there. Not I was there, but it happened in my timeline. I'm not saying the Ben Watson didn't, but I wasn't aware.
Yes.
I wasn't aware of him in college or nothing. I'm gonna go with the Sprewell. No disrespect to Ben. He might have been a beast in college. He might have been. No, I might have to do my history on that, but I'll go with the Sprewell.
Absolutely. Okay. Durant didn't step on the line if the Pistons hadn't selected Carmelo. If Durant didn't step on the line? This must have been playoffs, no?
Oh yeah. That was Milwaukee. The tonal line stopped them from advancing, innit?
Oh.
That Milwaukee won it that year. You get me? Like everyone wants to think of Brooklyn. It was just for some reason bad juju. I call it bad juju, bad luck. For some reason, you didn't have Kyrie, James, and Harden all the time. Kyrie, James, and Durant. You didn't have them all the time playing. What if, man. You get what I'm saying? Injury. That's what I'm saying. A big what if in Brooklyn. Big what if, but I'm going with that Carmelo.
Is this at the time when it's like
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince? Is it like Rip Hamilton?
It's 2003. That's LeBron James's draft.
Oh,
Remember it went
okay.
LeBron. Wait. Yeah, it went LeBron.
Is
Yeah.
Bosh Wade in that?
Darko.
Damn.
Yeah. LeBron, Darko. Yeah. Carmelo, Wade, and Bosh. So yeah, if Carmelo would have went to Detroit, definitely. There's a lot of people saying that Carmelo might not have worked because of the way Detroit was playing. But Carmelo's skill set, they would have fitted him in.
Yeah.
You know, they would have fitted him. They would have fitted him in. That's what I believe. They would have fitted him in. Melo would have been a problem. A problem in Detroit. He would have been a problem in Detroit. With that team that had won, he would have been a problem. He would have been able to, and he would have developed differently as well. You know what I'm saying? He would have developed differently as well. He would have been a problem. I'm going with Carmelo. But
I don't remember.
Here's
That's
the thing,
crazy,
though.
man. But I mean, I guess like I'm just trying to like remember that game. If Durant didn't step on the line, but it's just drawing a blank. But damn, so that means his foot must have been like within an inch. So if he didn't, that would have been them going through, or they would have just like it would have been another game.
No, I think they would have gone through.
Oh, okay.
And then they would have played in the next round. It wasn't like that. Wasn't the East. It was stuck in your mind more if that was the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
That weren't. You understand? That weren't the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay.
But I think that day either. I'm not sure if that was a game 7 or game 6, but that tone of line cost them big time.
Okay.
So I'm going with Carmelo still.
Carmelo.
That's just more. Yeah.
If the Celtics and Nets trade hadn't happened, versus if there hadn't been no lockout in 1999 with the Spurs. Oh wow. Hold on, let me.
No.
Yeah. Right.
When Miami won their first, they don't want to talk about that was a lockout season. You know what I'm saying? That was a lockout season when Miami won. Yeah. No, don't talk about it though. No, don't talk about it. So I'm going with the other one.
If the Celtics and
Brooklyn. No, not Celtics. It's Brooklyn. If Brooklyn, because that's the Russian owner. What's his name? I can't remember the Russian owner who bought Brooklyn at that time. If he didn't want to rush it and try and rush the process, then that wouldn't happen because he rushed the process by trying to get. Look who you got. Look who you got. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Kidd, yeah? Right, sorry, Jason Terry, right? And DJ White, yeah? Plus they signed Joe Johnson, remember?
Oh, I saw Joe, yep. Damn.
Joe Johnson was part of that team as well. So they were trying to rush the process. By doing that, look what they gave up.
5 players, 3 first-round picks, 1 pick swap. 2016 pick became Jaylen Brown. 2017 became Jason Tatum. Oh, God.
And for a new franchise that's starting,
that's tough.
What you want. Because to this day, I say it one more time, to this day, Brooklyn don't have a recent rookie that they've drafted that they can be proud of. Like you look around and Charlotte Hornets has got Melo, yeah? Has got LaMelo.
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns, Booker, Memphis, Ja, New Orleans has had Anthony Davis and got Zion. In that time, since they've done that, name a Brooklyn player like that, a draft pick that they've had like that. They had no top like last year they swing and miss. They drafted all rookies, but last year they really needed a Cooper Flag. They really needed
they did.
a Cade Cunningham. You know, they really needed a VJ Infocom. They needed a player like that. That it's not just a franchise. As a player, you want your support, your fan base to grow with that player as well. You know what I'm saying? So you want that. That's what they're still betting on. Like that's what they need. They literally need a young player like that they can rally around and grow with. Look, Minnesota, Anthony Edwards.
Mm,
Man, you understand? You
yeah,
need that.
yeah.
You understand?
You really can't just buy it though,
You
can
need
you?
that. And
Like
if
that's an example. Like you just can't buy
no, you
like
can't.
all the
You can't.
superstars in the world. It sounds like it would work, but we've seen examples of that. And looking at this example there with KG, Paul Pierce, and even when they tried to do it again, I don't know how many seasons later when they had Kyrie, KD, James Harden, like even that didn't work just from injury. So it's like, yeah, man, that's tough.
On a on a rare occasions it does work, and it does work on specific occasions, kind of like Boston it worked, Miami it worked.
Okay, true.
You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah. Those are
It
good
does work in
examples.
some rare occasions. It
Yeah,
does. It does.
yeah.
It does. But that's a heavy price they paid, and they're still, in my opinion, they're still paying for it now. Don't get me wrong, they got their picks back, and right now, right now they've just got on the footing they need
Yeah,
to get, because from here going on, they've got their draft
right,
picks.
right.
So really, really, truly, you understand they control their destiny now, where for so long they
Hmm.
didn't. I think they just control it now, because to get KD, Harden, and Kyrie, you must have given up some draft picks
Oh
as
yeah,
well. They just don't learn.
yeah,
You just don't
yeah.
learn. You know what I'm saying? They just don't learn. They don't. They don't. They don't.
So we picking the
But I'm gonna go
which
with,
one? The
yeah,
Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, yeah.
Brooklyn. I'm going with Brooklyn, because I can imagine how Brooklyn would be if Tatum and Brown was there. Man, what if David Robinson hadn't gotten injured and the Spurs
Hadn't
hadn't had the first draft pick? Oh my God! Or what if Pager
missed it.
hadn't missed that 3 point? Nah, see, if David Robinson didn't get injured, the Spurs we know Spurs right now wouldn't be the Spurs. That's not. That's like to
Mm,
me. I'm not personally, to me. I'm not like I'm a homer for the Spurs, because I am. But I'm not.
yeah, yeah.
But to me, it's more of Pager and that Lakers, because of that rivalry, and the way that Sacramento Kings was, and the way everyone, even to this day, certain players think they got robbed. The referee robbed that Sacramento Kings. It's
What?
more of that, because I think Sacramento might have won one, but wouldn't have stopped LA coming back and winning more. This with the David Robinson, you just, the whole narrative changes. The whole narrative, like Tim Duncan, who knows where he would have gone? Boston, who knows? It is completely different. Completely different. The whole NBA landscape would be different. That's how much different the NBA, how much different it would
So
be.
just so I'm on the same page. So because David Robson got injured that
Mm-hmm.
then created a ripple effect of Tim Duncan being the number one pick, or like the Spurs was looking for some type of replacement for Robertson during that injury,
No,
or
not similar to what happened with how we got Harper. Wimby got injured, right?
okay.
And we played half decent, and we just jumped up the draft pick. David Robinson got injured at the beginning of the
Hmm.
year, and then he could have come back, but because of the record and Tim Duncan's coming out next year, the Spurs decided to not play him, so he rested the rest of the year in a
Mm,
sense. So then we was in line to get, we had the worst record in it, and back then you had more of a higher chances, or how the odds
yeah.
are, and we got number one. So if David had come back, if David hadn't got injured, there's no way we'd have had number one pick, because David Robinson was that type of player.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? The 10-time All Star, former MVP, former Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in scoring. He's a bona fide 20 and 10 guy. You understand it? Easy. 25 and
Yeah.
10 easy. So there's no way. There's no way if David Robinson's healthy, we're making playoffs.
Right.
So that's not, you understand what I'm saying? We're making playoffs. Jim goes somewhere else
Right.
if that happens. But for the drama of it, it's the Pager. If Pager didn't
Ah,
hit that cycle, yeah, I'll go with the LA. Some people might disagree, but I'm going to go with the Sacramento Kings versus Lakers, because I believe even if Kings won one, the Lakers would have still come back and gone on to win more. Just like the rivalry, not the rivalry, but there was a point at a time where, look, 99 Spurs, yeah,
mhm.
99 Spurs, 2000 Lakers, 2001 Lakers, 2002 Lakers, 2003 Spurs. There was a point of time, if it wasn't the Spurs, it was the Lakers winning it. So
Right.
even if Lakers lost that one, I believe they would have gone back and won many.
Play this clip real quick because I haven't seen this, so I'm just gonna show this to the people as well. Let's see. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed it that bad. He missed it that bad. Oh, that's tough. Oh, he was wide open as well. That's tough. Look at that. Oh, that's
This thing's
tough.
like that shit and do the same thing. Watch the same shit like that. All we do, you just turn down the volume in it because you can't hear
Right.
shit. So you just turn on the volume and watch it. Sometimes the dubbing was over American.
Okay.
So you could literally hear the American and German.
Wow.
Yeah. But I wouldn't. Yeah. Definitely go with that style.
Yeah. Okay. Even him, man. He was a bucket back in the day as well. Ooh.
Oh, it was.
If Phoenix hadn't won the coin toss, Kareem, if Sabonis hadn't entered the NBA as a rookie, ooh.
Also bonus because don't get me wrong, I know like Kareem went with Milwaukee, he went with Milwaukee, but after he won it and he won MVP, few seasons that he wanted out of Milwaukee because at that point of time in the 70s and that, black culture and whatnot and how things were in the world, it weren't more of a town for him to be in or where he wanted to be. You get what I'm saying? So he left anyway. So in Phoenix, I was thinking that on the same thing. So Bonus now, all I hear was how great he was in Europe. How great he was. 7'4", dominate. At one point in time, even though he was in Europe, he was considered one of the best players in the world. Yeah, that's when Magic's playing, Larry's playing. He was considered. That's how dominant he was.
Jeez.
How dominant he was. When he came to the NBA, his knees were shot as a rookie.
Yeah.
His knees were gone. He was still a decent player, so I'm gonna give it to Sabonis. Like I never got to. I'd love to have seen him in his prime. Never, NBA. I can't say NBA was robbed. He was just played. He just decided to play. He was paid handsomely to play in Europe, where he didn't need to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're paid handsomely and you enjoy what you're doing, and he brought prestige to it as well by staying in Europe. So, and I'd love to have seen him in the NBA from a rookie.
Yeah.
And seen his whole career in the NBA and see what numbers he would have put up and how much impact he would have had. I'd have loved to have seen that. So I'm going to go with Sabonis. I'll be this Sabonis still.
I agree.
Definitely, I'll be this Sabonis.
The Hornets hadn't traded Kobe if the Bucks hadn't traded Nowitzki. Oh, that's a double doozy. I forgot Kobe did get originally dropped. Oh, man.
You can see that. People think that, he was not drafted by the Lakers.
Wow.
They traded him, and they traded him for Vlade Divac. They traded him for Vlade Divac.
See, this because, this is really like asking the question, would Kobe have been great regardless which jersey he was wearing? But then you can argue and extend that to if MJ was, Seattle Sonic, would he have still been great? I feel like the environment of the Lakers definitely added to the legacy and to win it there as well, which Lakers already have a history. But then Nowitzki, I didn't realize if the Bucks hadn't traded Nowitzki. Wow, so the Bucks had. Then I don't know if Nowitzki would have done damage like that at the Bucks. I don't know. That's tough.
I'm gonna go with Kobe.
Yeah.
I believe Kobe's drive. He still wants it to be one of them ones. I'm not saying Dirk didn't. Don't get me wrong. I think Dirk would have developed and become like I do. I can't remember when early in Dirk's years, Dirk was a problem, bro.
Facts.
He weren't this box score 1 foot. He used to run the court and do everything, bro. He was I remember early Dirk. Dirk was a nightmare for Spurs to play in Dallas. Don't get me wrong, a nightmare. We beat them, but a nightmare. Right? Dirk was a problem.
Yeah.
But I believe Kobe had that drive in him. Like, I think Lakers might remember Kobe sat for his first couple of
Yes.
years.
Yeah, people forget that.
Lakers might have added that drive to him, like that drive to be great and that. But I think like what I mean by that is like remember he's playing along Shaq and he wants to compete with Shaq and that it weren't his team and he had to have the drive to be on that level and compete and then he got to a level where it's him and Shaq and him versus Shaq and but I just believe Kobe will still would have been that dude. To say
Yeah,
that
I
like
agree.
if he didn't go to the Lakers he wouldn't have been him, nah. Kobe would have been that dude in
Yeah,
Charlotte. Charlotte just really
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Charlotte really dropped the ball
they
on that
did.
one.
They did.
You know? Because even though they Bucks didn't um didn't like draft Nowitzki, they got it right eventually with Giannis and
True.
won it. Charlotte still ain't got it. Charlotte still ain't got it.
Sure, it's a Charlotte
Still ain't
State.
got it. They're getting there. They're getting there. You know what I do like? Um Colin Kaepernick, bro. Have you watched Charlotte
It's been
play?
a minute. Ivan, I'm not gonna lie.
Colin Kaepernick, bro. That white boy Colin Kaepernick can shoot the
Oh
ball.
wow.
As a rookie, he's averaging 19 points. He can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, they got some pieces there, bro. They're exciting to watch. LaMelo Ball, Colin, Kaepernick, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Brandon Miller's nice. I like. Of all of them, is Brandon Miller. I like a
Okay.
lot, bro. He dunks on people. He's got a little attitude to him. So if they keep this
Yeah,
poor,
then
it might be okay. It might be okay.
Okay.
But because of what we just said
Yeah.
before, yeah, that's why I want to go with Charlotte.
Okay.
I want to go with Charlotte.
I really agree. Oh.
Nah. I'm biased. We'd have been 6-0. If Ray had missed that shot, we'd have been 6-0.
Oh
6-0 in the finals. 6-0. So that's easy. You can talk. Like still to say light work. You can take the floor, bro. That's your one. I'll give a damn. Like I think about that all the time. 6-0.
Oh
6-0.
my
What could you have said?
gosh.
They said, "Oh, we didn't win it. We didn't win it back to back here, but we won it 6 times and we never lost in the finals." No, 6-0. I think, believe it or not, 6-0 would give Tim Duncan more respect than his 5-1, which is ridiculous.
It's mad that people don't give Tim Duncan that respect though. It's
He
like
don't.
almost
He
he's an
doesn't, bro.
afterthought. Like, cause didn't he win his first championship as a rookie?
Nah,
Oh,
second year.
second year. Okay, damn. That's crazy. Wow.
No, 2-time MVP of the league. People forget Tim Duncan was that dude. That dude. I think what it is the long remember, and people don't realize, yeah, when Tim Duncan played, he never lost less than 50 games in his 18-year career.
That's mad.
Tim Duncan never missed the playoffs. He's missed the playoffs through injury, but team-wise, 18 years he's never missed the playoffs. Never, you know? Mad. But yeah, it's for me, it's that one. But I'll let you take the floor, bro. You can take the floor.
You know what? See, because we started with this, but they matched it with something else. But when you partner up with Ray Allen, I mean, the Lakers are good where they are. Things kind of panned out, even for Houston a bit, kind of, when they tried the Harden. I think Chris Paul, funny enough, was at Houston. They had Melo, Jeremy Lin. One time they had Dwight Howard. Yo, Houston Rockets are some stars, you know?
Yeah. You go back, Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, Drexler.
Golly.
Scottie Pippen, Charles
Yeah.
Barkley.
Jeez.
Not Kenny Martin, but Kevin Martin. Ron Artest.
Yes, Artest as well. But yeah, again, man, I out of all of the NBA series, playoff series, to be specific, the series that still rings bells. I mean, there's a few. There's the Lakers and Celtics in 08, 09 season, I believe that was. The Mavs season when they won it, that one speaks out to me a lot. And the Spurs and the Heat, both when they went to the finals back to back in both years, that was and it's funny because I've got that series where Ray Allen makes that shot in my hard drive. Every single time I watch game one all the way to the final game, a part of me is like, no, Spurs going to take this. But for some reason, I always forget. Someone takes a shot. I think Bosch tips it to Ray Allen. Ray Allen checks his feet just enough in time, takes the shot, and I said, "Oh, like that kills me."
That sounds like you're watching a videotape of a comedy session where everyone booed me. Why are you watching that game, bro? Why are you watching that game, bro? That's what it sounds like, a session where I tried to go up on stage and everyone booed me. But yeah, I think you did all right. You're watching the tape and you see everyone boo me, but you're laughing at my joke. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I don't watch that. Not to
I
watch
hear it.
that.
I
don't
get it.
watch that. Period. 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 Period.
Oh
What are
my
your team?
gosh.
Period, bro. It's Uncle. Please understand. It's like me watching, that Chicago Bulls game when you lot are winning, and then forgetting that Derek Rose busts his knee and he's never the same again. Yeah, right. So you took the team.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. It's like that. Like you're watching the game, like, oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
killing it. He's killing it. And at the fourth quarter, he's killing it.
And
He's
then
killing it. And then
boom.
just remember,
Yeah.
make it worse. You lot are winning, You
Yeah.
it's like that. It's similar to that, though. It's similar to that.
Yeah.
Similar to that. It's similar to that. But I hear you. It's a big moment. It's still classed as one of the big shots in the NBA
Yeah.
Finals history.
Yeah.
One of the biggest shots. Everyone still thinks of it and talks
Yeah.
about it. So I hear you. I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. I hear you while you watch it still.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick
But for me,
Ray.
that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
If you didn't hit that, ooh,
Kawhi didn't have injury
have
problems.
injuries.
If Kobe and Shaq had never split up.
It's a shame that Kawhi does have the injuries. Like when you see his career stats and that, it's not as high. But this man is don't get me wrong. Yeah, great years. Some of his best years with his
Yeah,
Spurs
facts.
still, but he's a demon player. He's best when he's on point and he's
Yeah.
healthy. Yeah, and he's playing. He's one of the top. You can't say he's not in the top 5.
Because he just recently
maybe.
got like 55 points like a couple of games ago, right?
Recently, he's been on a tear. 55, 36, and I think just last night he dropped 40 odd against Utah. 45 against Utah. He's been on a tear recently, bro. He's been on a tear recently. I think he dropped 96 points on the Thompson twins back to back.
It's wild.
Yeah. On both Thompson, one in Houston and one in Detroit. Yeah, so he's that dude. But I'm going with that.
Kobe and Shaq. Yeah,
Lakers.
man, that dynamic duo. Because how many seasons did they play together?
It's got to be. From when Kobe was drafted to when Shaq was traded away, because Shaq was there before Kobe.
Right.
Well, Shaq got there the year they drafted Kobe. I think. I'm not quite sure. Well, it is, but you have to remember, like, when I first watched, like, when they first, and Kobe came there and the hype of, Kobe wasn't playing. Kobe was coming off the bench. The manager was, Sutton Harris. I can't remember his full name. And he was coming off the bench. He wasn't playing. He worked his way up to there. So, like, Kobe came into his own, like, you could say 99, 2000. And then from then on, Kobe became Kobe. The pro Kobe, number 8 Kobe. But yeah, they had a short time of dominance together. That was they like from 2000 onwards, they could have stayed together for much longer. Like until Shaq started to decline, basically. You know what I'm saying? A true dynasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But egos and egos. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lakers. Still. Even though they was our biggest rivals, I'm still going with the Lakers still. People like to think, if the Lakers stay together, they're the one. How many? Not necessarily, no. Because the Spurs stopped them a few times.
Yeah.
In our night, like people forget, when we won it in '99, we're the ones to close the Great Western Forum.
Wow.
We're the last ones. Yeah, we beat them out there. We swept them a couple. They swept us. We swept them a couple of times as well. But yeah, I'm definitely that could. Like I said, even though my team was Spurs, they were dominant.
Yeah.
They were fun to watch and exciting.
Right.
It's always exciting when it is exciting. It just is.
Right.
Like New York.
If Portland hadn't selected Durant in the draft, Arenas if the Chris.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I remember. See, like people like to give Gil, no chill Gil, Hibachi. They like to give him but when Gil talks to say when Gil's talking, like that's why I like watching the podcast is funny
Yeah,
and jokes. I like watching when Gil talks about basketball because I remember when Agent Zero was Agent Zero, I was
he was a
watching him
bucket
play,
man,
bro.
shooting from deep, game winners,
Bro,
everything, man. He was a
bro,
bucket man.
I was a fan of Agent Zero
Yeah,
in
yeah, he was
Washington.
cold, man. He was cold.
He was
He was
cold.
cold.
He was putting. I'm saying he was going against Kobe.
Yeah,
There was a point of time he was just doing his. Oh
yeah,
man, people really like. If you think like you're thinking of, I'm not talking about athleticism, scoring
mm,
wise. You're thinking about some
yeah,
stops. That after that, it was over. It not like it sort of ruined it for Gil. Gil's explained it in his own words, but that ruined that
yeah,
thing. You know what I'm saying? And I would go with Gil because at that point of time in the NBA, with if Portland hadn't selected Durant in the draft, or if Portland had selected at that point of time in the NBA, yeah, even it goes to not just that point of time, it goes to like recent bias. Yeah, most times you have a talented big man in college, they'll get drafted
yeah.
number one. It's just like that. Look, James Wiseman was what number
True.
two,
Yeah, and he's
high
yeah,
draft pick. High drive pick because of the size and what you think he could be. You think he could be somewhat like a Wimbenyama or a decent. So I'm thinking of it
yeah,
like that. At that time, Greg Oden was a
yeah,
beast in college.
yeah. I've heard a lot about him, man.
Beast. It was a no
Yeah,
brainer to like drafting him was the next coming or like he was meant to be the next. Like look at Aiton
right.
for Phoenix. When did Phoenix drafted him what number one or number two? When was Aiton drafted in that draft class?
Was he
I
number
swear he was
two?
number
Let me
one.
see.
No, he was number one over Luca. He was same draft class as Luca and Trey Young. Same draft class as Luca and Trey Young. I swear he was.
Damn, yeah. Number one. Luca was
You see?
third,
Number
and
one.
Trae Young was fifth. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying because of the big man. If you got a big man who could, you're just thinking of most front offices and leagues, execs and everything are thinking of Shaq,
Right.
Tim, Wilt. You understand? You're thinking of that type of Reese, that type of.
Wow.
I know it's changed now because a lot of them haven't lived up to it, so they've like stayed away from it. And the way the league is going, it's more about wings and guard play. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they've more gone away from it. You want size and length. You don't necessarily want someone to dominate. Like look at Embiid. What was Embiid second? You know what I'm saying? But
True.
that was gonna happen because how talented people think Greg weren't no scrub. He weren't. He was talented. Even when he came to the NBA, he was putting up numbers. He's just like Kawhi or worse than Kawhi and Brandon Roy. His
Yeah.
knee popped and just that
Right.
was it. But talent wise, he was one of them
Right.
ones. But it's
Yeah,
the deal.
man.
It's the deal, man.
Dynamic, man.
It's that situation. I wish that didn't
Yeah.
happen. Trust me, I wish that didn't happen. And we got to see Gil play out. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? If his injury would have happened, his injury would have happened. But I just wanted to see him play out
Yeah.
still. And on top of that, I didn't. The situation like I watched it, bro. It's like you said, I watched the
Yep.
documentary,
Same.
and I feel bad for. I do. I feel it for him, man.
Yeah, man.
The path. Everyone makes their own decision, but because like what's it sort of a ripple effect, like you dash up a pebble into the river, and then ripple effects of things, circumstances happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If this didn't happen, or that didn't happen, he might not have been there and been there and been there for this to happen, for this to happen, for this the ripple effect. You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't happen, then he might have played out a couple more years in Washington. Then he might have get traded to somewhere else. Then he's not in that situation where he's back in the hood. He's not around the ends where he's back with the
Right.
man them. He's better than this is not it's just not
Yeah, exactly.
happening.
That's true.
You understand? It might not happen. Don't get me wrong. You as because there's people like your grown man who make your own decision. He still might have got traded. Because he didn't get traded to LA and he was end up that's what happened.
He
He got
did.
traded to LA and ended up in the street. You might have got traded to somewhere else and say it still might have happened if this incident might have happened. But this was easier pathway for him to
Yeah.
go there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? An easier pathway. So I wish that didn't happen, man. I watched that though. I'm glad they patched up and they're pretty cool
Yeah.
still.
Same.
You know, I'm not saying Gil's to blame, but it seems they've forgiven each
Yes.
other.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's so I'm glad of that, and that he talks back and schools and that still.
Right.
So yeah, it's the Gil, man.
I would agree.
It's no chill Gil.
Kawhi had stayed in Toronto if Murray Stokes hadn't been in that accident. Wow, I'm not familiar with the accident.
I don't know about. See, I'm not familiar with Murray Stokes and that accident. So I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one.
I think
I did recently see. So go on. Go. My bad.
You're good. I was just gonna say, like, you know that because that was he won that in 2019, right? Kawhi.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it was an amazing performance, and I was along for the ride. I remember when Kawhi hit that step back three, Joel Embiid contested, and he went then dropped. Joel Embiid fell to his knees. Kawhi had Toronto rocking. If he stayed, unless him alone, if it was that same squad, I don't think they would be able to run it back, to be honest, because they got lucky. It was unfortunate when it happened when KD got injured, but if KD didn't get injured, that's a whole nother story. Like that's kind of like a 50-50. It could go either way, but I don't know if Kawhi would have done anything.
Hold on. Did KD and Clay get injured, or was it just KD?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it may have been both, you know, because I remember Clay being out for a minute.
That's what I'm thinking. I can't remember if it was both, but either way, you're right. But I did hear recently, right, on a podcast from what's his name, Van Feltz. Now, yeah, and he was saying that when Kawhi came, Kawhi told them, "I'm not staying."
Oh, okay, yeah.
We told all the players, everybody, so they knew exactly where they were standing on. You understand? So I don't look at it. Plus, that Toronto people forget, like, they still know management Kawhi that year as well. And you forget that Toronto team was nice, bro. Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Fred Van Fleet. Yeah. Kyle Lowry was still there. Who else was there? They had Mark Gasol. They had signed as a free agent. Serge Ibaka was there.
Wow.
I'm not sure if Powell was there, but they had a squad. Remember, there was a time when their bench came on, and it was OG Anunoby, Powell, Fred Embiid. They were tearing up shit. That team was nice. That Toronto team, like, even when Kawhi left, they were pretty good the next year. They was just still missing. They went back to missing that player that could take them over the hump. You know, that team was decent. But yeah, but even still though, even though he said he was gonna leave, if Kawhi would have stayed though, they might have been pretty dominant. You know.
Yeah.
If you think about because Pascal Siakam, he was still coming to his own. Spicy P was still coming to his own.
Right.
Because I don't know about Murray Stokes.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have to go with
exactly. Yeah.
Sort of by default. No disrespect to Murray still.
Right.
Portland had drafted Michael Jordan if Bill Walton hadn't had the injury cover.
See, this kind of brings me back to because they did something similar with Kobe and Charlotte. I would assume.
No. You know why they didn't draft Michael, right?
No, how come?
Because they had Clyde the Glide. And that point of time, they felt they had that, but I've heard many players or many old players, or old school players, should I say, played at the time or played around that time, said it doesn't matter. Yeah, like what Spurs did this year. Like sometimes, like there's two thoughts of drafting when you draft that high, or when you're drafting talent or need. You know what I'm saying? They should have drafted talent over need.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they went with Williams or who they went with, but they went with need to fit the roster when they should have just went with talent because Jordan's 6'6" and Drexler's 6'6". Someone could play small forward.
Yeah, true.
Both of them jump out. Look, one's name is Jordan.
I like where this is going.
One's name, Clyde
Yeah.
Drexler. One's named
The Glide.
So both mean they elevate.
Mm.
And like, for all you don't know, people don't know, he's situated up there where, if you're listening or if you're watching, YouTube Clyde Drexler's
Yeah.
highlight. This is what we're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah. He even played with Akim Larson in Houston, and they were known as the Philly Slammer. Five, was it? Slammer Jammer. Five Slammer Jammer, something like that.
Okay.
They were horrible in college, bro. They were nasty in college. Akim Larson and Drexler. They actually got to play together and they won a ring together.
Wow.
But I didn't see Bill. You know what? I'll go with the Jordan because of Bill. Even though rest in peace, Bill Walton. Still, he was a great player from what I heard. Like he still, even though he won it, he won a championship with Detroit Pistons. I'm not Detroit, my bad. He won a championship with
Right.
Blazers before his injury troubles. You understand? So he did win a championship. I think in '76.
Okay.
I think but his injuries happened after that, and then he played in San Diego. He did win a next championship coming off the bench for Boston, and that. So he still had a somewhat successful career, kind of. Yes, he would have liked to see him play without his injury problems. Don't get me wrong, but the biggest what if was it's got to be to have Jordan, and it's like Pip and Jordan.
Yeah.
You'd have loved to have seen Jordan. Yeah, I'd have liked to have seen that. I'm gonna go with Jets.
That would have been tough.
Still. If Portland would have drafted Mike.
Right.
Definitely.
Would have been tough. If Drazen Petrovic hadn't died, if Earl Manigault hadn't played in the NBA.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Wow.
Because I've watched Jargon play. I remember, like, who drafted Jargon? Drazen Petrovic. Guess who drafted him?
Spurs?
We're just talking about them. No, we're just talking about them.
Nah, not the Blazers.
Yeah.
The Blazers, wow.
And guess who he was playing behind?
No way. The Glide?
We were just talking about him. The Glide, bro. He was behind. He was off in Portland playing behind Drexler. Then they traded him to New Jersey, and then he was like, I am the shit. And he was the shit. No disrespect. He was the first superstar European player to meet that I saw playing.
Okay.
Better than Kukoc, better than Dino Raja.
Swear like that.
He was that dude. Like that. Bro, he comes in the NBA. When he went to Nets, yeah, he was playing alongside Kenny Anderson, playing with Derek Coleman. He was averaging 19, 20 points at that point of time, giving buckets.
That's
buckets
big
to Jordan.
Points. Wow.
Shooting over David. He was that dude, bro, at shooting guard. And he trash talk. He was that dude, bro.
I love that.
I have to say, I have seen the document. I didn't see him play, but I've seen a documentary about the GOAT, and I've heard like Cream. When you watch the movie, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the beginning of the movie says the greatest player he ever seen play or played with was Earl. He said was Earl, and the story said like the movie. If you ever get to watch the movie, it might be on YouTube or look for it. It stars Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle stars in the movie. Earl the GOAT. Man, it's a great movie, but it's a sad movie because he could jump out the building, but he suffered from drugs withdrawal. But that's a tough one. I didn't see. I'm not disrespecting. Like I think Earl's still alive. Like I'm not disrespecting Earl the GOAT. I'm not disrespecting him. Should I say sorry? But I saw Petra. It's got to be Petra because it was a shock. I remember him playing well, and then during the summer, and then boom, seeing the news and seeing the ticker come up and saying Dragan Petrovic died in a car crash.
Oh man!
And it was just after Olympics as well.
Oh man!
And that I was like, yeah, bro, because he was. When I mean he was coming into his own, you would have known about him. You would have known about him before Tony Kukoc.
Wow!
Yeah, he was like he was the best European player that I seen like at that time. Remember, Sabonis, Avila was in Europe. They might have been other players, but he was a European player in Europe. The European player in the NBA. That was going to be like there was no doubt about it. He would have been
wow, man,
multiple times.
And just
we definitely got robbed of a
just for reference as well, because I feel like sometimes like it's like inflation, like £10, 20 years ago is equivalent to like, I don't know, like £40 now. Like 20 points back then is equivalent to what you see now, like the 40s, like the 30 points and up. That's equivalent to like what 20 points was back then, just for the listeners, just to
But
like understand the
you're
scale
playing,
of that, man. That's big time.
you're playing in Jordan's era. Akeem Olajuwon was still Akeem Olajuwon. Patrick Ewing was still Patrick Ewing. David Robinson was still David Robinson. Brad Daugherty was still Brad Daugherty. You still had these players. It was still a center dominated league and power forward dominated league. Carmelo, Chris Webber. You understand? It was still this dude,
Wow.
Charles Barkley, this dude. It was Carmelo. It was around that era, and he was still that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He was still that dude.
Okay. Huh. I didn't know about this Charles
I didn't know
Barkley.
about. Neither did it. Neither
If
did I, bro.
Barkley's trade to the
Neither did
Lakers
I, bro.
hadn't been cancelled, wait a minute. And then if Jerry
Didn't
Krause
know
hadn't
about
broken up
that
the
one.
Ooh.
It's gonna be. It's. I didn't know about Barkley, but it's definitely gotta be if
Yeah, Jerry
because that
Krause,
was
that's
we've seen the
true.
last
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
We've
yeah,
seen the
yeah. That's
last done.
true.
We've seen the last done. And we know that team wasn't over. Allow the team. I'm not saying the team wasn't over, but allow the team to lose. What I mean by that is allow the dynasty to die, meaning that you play them until the wheels fall off. Spurs did it. Detroit did it. Boston did it. You play them until you play and play and play until you realize they've got too old.
Mm,
Is what I'm trying to say. Golden State are going through it right now. The only difference is Golden State. It's like I think it will always haunt them that they got rid of like that and continue. It'd be different if they blew it
yeah,
up and got rid of Clay and got rid of everybody. Sure, like Boston. When Boston stopped, they said, well, Boston got rid of all three. No,
right.
both of them. Ray Allen had already left, and Rondo stayed. He was the only one who stayed. If they'd have done that with Steph, then it might have been a bit, But to keep
Yeah,
Draymond, it's not Draymond's fault. It just leaves a sour taste,
right.
kind of. But all franchises have to. But you have to make them play it out though.
Yeah,
So either someone knocks them off. Like when I mean play it out, like you keep them together, and then if they get knocked out, they make it to the finals, then they make it to the Eastern Conference finals, and then they just don't. They get knocked out the first round, then it's time to make a
yeah,
change. They at least needed to make it to that
right.
far. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what they need, and they didn't get a chance. Phil went, Jordan went, then before you know it, Pippen went, Rodman went, and it was over. It was over. It was over that quickly, and it just leaves us. And to this day, it leaves a sour taste in Bulls. Like Bulls, Bulls didn't recover
Mm-mm. No.
fully until they got Rose.
Yeah,
You understand? Until they got Rose, and then it just didn't. That the bad accident, not even bad, just bad luck. It just. I'm glad he still has a successful career. And them years, people forget them Chicago years. Derrick Rose. Oh man. Oh
different
man.
story, man.
Them Chicago
It
years,
was
Derrick
lit,
Rose.
man.
Even even when he was injured, them teams that you lot had
Ah.
them year,
Sean,
Rick
man. I'm telling
Hamilton,
you.
Ben Wallace,
Dang,
Luol
Joakim Noah,
Dang,
Taj
Jimmy
Gibson. Yeah,
Butler,
man.
Captain
Kirk
Kirk.
Hinrich. Yeah,
You
man.
had some players, bro. John Salmon. Thibodeau had that team rocking, bro. Jakeem Noah. Love watching the Bulls
Yeah.
play. Them battles that you like, the way if Rose didn't get injured, you would have seen. I'm not saying Miami wouldn't have won them all, but we'd have seen Eastern conferences between
You
Miami
know
and
that for
Bulls for a
sure.
long time.
100%.
You had a team.
100%.
You had a team that could battle with
Yeah.
them. You don't think Miami would have been a cakewalk. They had a
Yeah.
team, but definitely Chicago. It's got to be Chicago for the way it
Yeah.
played out.
Absolutely.
Just for the way it played out.
If the Hawks hadn't traded Bill Russell, if Magic hadn't had health problems, wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. Didn't know about the Hawks. Like this one's a tough one because Magic had already won 5. You know, like he played in the Dream Team. When was it? It was he won it. He went to final. Was it after he played in the Dream Team that they found? No, it was during that summer that I think he found out he got. Oh, was it that summer or was it after? When did they find out? I
I
think it
can't
was. I
remember,
swear it
you
was the
know?
same year. I think it was the same year, '92, when he came out and said he had
Oh,
AIDS.
wow.
Because was it '92? Yes. Was it '92? or end of '93. Cause I know he
Okay.
played in '92 All-Star game. I'm not sure if he came out of retirement to play in the '92 All-Star game. I remember him playing in that. So I think it was '92 after Olympics. So it cut his career. He stopped early. So he did sleep early, but he still had a successful
Yeah,
career.
91, he
You know what I'm saying?
announced it.
91, right?
Yeah.
91. 91. And his career ended pretty early. Not early, but he retired because of how it was perceived.
Mm,
He did come back though. He came back in what, 95, 94, 95. He came back for a little bit. We weren't the same.
right.
But
Hawks
yeah, I'm
94.
gonna have to go with the Magic still. Because I knew about them. It was a bad situation, sad situation because of how the world viewed
Yeah, back then,
HIV.
yeah.
You know, it was like back then, and it was like you had HIV. It was a death sentence.
Yeah,
People thought you couldn't
yeah,
touch.
yeah,
You couldn't da 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 da. So much things. You know what I'm saying? You didn't
yeah.
think. And it's a completely different world. With the Hawks, I don't know. I didn't know that happened. Didn't know that happened. That was silly of the Hawks to do that. But I know the Magic. I'm gonna go with the Magic one
Yeah,
still.
same.
Yeah, yeah. Tough one. Tough one. That is a tough one because I believe I'm not saying Indiana would have won it, but I believe they would have made it to the Eastern Conference Finals or made it to the finals against Spurs that year. They might have made it to the finals because that Indiana team, they were running roughshod. Yeah. Running
Just
roughshod
might shed a
of that.
tear, man. Oh my
But
God,
it has to go
bro.
to Derek Rose.
Fuck.
It has to go to Derek Rose. And then I'll just let you take over now, bro. I'll let you take over. It has to go to Derek Rose for me. I'll let you
That
take over,
kills
bro.
me to this day, man. Like, it's so, I stay away from like Rose highlights because a part of me is like, I'm living in the moment, but then I just know like that injury happens and he never quite was the same, even though we tried to. There was a part where he came back from injury, I think in like 2013, 2014, where he had the mask and he would show flashes of it, but then, yeah.
Like
Damn,
when I think
man.
of that injury, I just think of the injury is bad, but I'm thinking of you see how Damian Lillard's out for the year.
Yeah.
Tyrese Hammond out. He should have been out. How long was
He
he
went,
out for?
he should have been out longer, man.
He came back too soon, didn't he? He came back too
Too
soon.
soon, man. Too soon.
He should have
And
been
he
out
was trying
long.
to get right back
He
into
should have
that
been out
fast
long.
paced style of
Hmm.
play, man. And I think
That was that
we could have done so much,
yeah,
man. We
it's
could
gonna
have
go with
done
Rose
so
because he was the
much.
youngest MVP in
At
NBA history.
21, Sean,
You
man.
know,
People don't know, man.
he
Oh
won.
my gosh. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
That's why even though Victor said he could play next game, I think Spurs are gonna keep him out for a little while.
Oh, round of
Um
16 now. Okay. If Kawhi had stayed in Toronto, if the Celtics
yeah,
hadn't.
Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna go with the Celtics. Because to me, Boston would have been a different team right now.
Mm,
Completely. It would have been Jason and Tatum's team. It'd have been about the two J's. Literally.
exactly.
You know? It would
Exactly.
have been about the two J's. It would have been you've been looking at Brooklyn. You've been looking at Brooklyn completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. We're looking at Brooklyn. They'll have their own identity and superstars. Kobe.
Yeah, if the Corner had traded Kobe, if the Pistons
I'm
hadn't
gonna go with
selected
Kobe.
Melo. Yeah, man. That's tough. Marinas? Because was this like a regular season game for the if Peja hadn't missed, or was this playoffs? Oh, two Lakers.
Playoffs.
Oh,
Playoffs. I think first year Lakers. Who did Lakers play in the first? First year Lakers beat Philly. Second year they beat Indy.
okay.
Third year they beat New Jersey. Because New Jersey went to the finals back to back. New Jersey went to the finals back to back and lost to Lakers and then lost to Spurs. So yeah. I think that's Western Conference final. Like I said again, I'm more arenas because I would like
Yeah, just
I
see how that
even if
plays
they
out,
won that,
man.
I do believe Lakers would have come back and won a few more championships. I don't think that's gonna kill their dynasty or anything
Yeah.
like that. I would just it's just like if that instance didn't happen, we'd have seen Gilbert played out. Would we have seen his knee pop or give way with his attitude of change. Because at that time, he was on demon.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
mental, how he was playing, how he was thinking. You understand?
Mm,
So I'm going with no chill girl. He was that
yeah,
dude. And you've heard LeBron talk about him.
exactly.
You've
Yeah,
heard
that's
other
true.
players. He was that
That's
dude.
true.
He was that, back and forth with Kobe. He weren't no, when he was that
Right,
dude,
exactly.
you know, he
Exactly.
was that dude. People
Nah, he
has
would.
to get his credit.
He would
What
talk
about
that
you?
talk. Ooh, the next
Ooh,
MJ versus the first
yeah,
European star, man. Wow. Rest in peace to both. Wow.
yeah. And that's the thing is, it's not even the next MJ. People right now, people were saying, if he would have gone, people could, the way they were talking about him, people would be saying now, who's going to be the Len bias?
Wow,
That's how good he was.
man.
That's how people, you understand, he was on that type of level. But I did like Len was in the 80s. That happened in the 80s before my time.
Okay.
I'm watching basketball and how it was over. But Johnson Petrovic, I saw him play
Okay.
in Europe. I saw him play in the Olympics and play.
Wow.
So I'm gonna have to go with Johnson. Have to go with Johnson, bro.
Okay.
Have to.
No chokes, free roll, or if Ray Allen had missed at 3
It's
points.
rare.
Yeah.
It's rare because like I said before, even though it was a bad situation to happen for Spiegel, he got suspended and bad fallout for PJ. He's been coach everywhere and he's been a commentator. So I feel even though Spiegel got suspended and he got attacked, as time's gone on, it still falls bad on the coach,
Yeah.
innit? Because then you're gonna look at the coaches. What did you say to lose a player like that? Can you still coach? Are people gonna respect you?
Exactly.
Da, da, da. All that falls into it and kind of thing. Spiro went on and
Right.
played. It's got to be a Ray Allen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be Ray Allen.
Big time,
Because
sure.
even with the Sprewell one, they suspended him, but he went to the what do you call it, the Players Association, and got his suspension reduced.
Oh, wow.
So that shows you, yeah, he got his suspension reduced. That shows you that shit like that happens a
Yeah.
lot. It doesn't always get removed.
Yeah. If Portland had drafted Michael Jordan or
No, it's
yeah,
still on.
man, Jerry, man, that's yeah. If they stay
It just
together,
doesn't
they
make
could have
sense,
done
Jerry,
something.
what you did,
Yeah.
Jerry. Yeah. Even though like that's how bad it is. Yeah, they showed Jerry was it a couple of years ago or last year? They tried to show Jerry and praise him for the good he's done for Chicago. They booed him, bro. He wasn't even there. He's passed. They booed his family, bro. His family was there, his wife and kids and that. They booed the hell out of them,
It's
bro.
tough, man.
So to this day, it rubs Chicago raw.
Yeah.
To this day, he's still not forgiven. All that success that's happened and he brought because he was at the helm,
Mm,
they still ain't forgiving him. Remember, he's the one who went and got Pippen and all the success because of how he broke up the team with Phil and their feud and the dislike between each other and the stars and that. There you go.
damn.
So yeah, it's got to be that one. It's got to be that one.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be shocking, but I'll go with Sabonis because Magic came in as a rookie. Remember, Magic won. Magic had already won 5
Right.
rings before. Magic was coming. Magic came into the NBA. Magic went to 9 finals, bro.
God damn.
1-5 went to 9 finals before his health problems.
Wow.
His last finals appearance was against Mike.
Wow.
So he went to 9 finals, bro. People forget. Dominated the
Yeah,
80s.
so he had already kind of solidified in a way and had a
Right, that's what I'm
hell of
trying
a
to say. He was at
seasons.
the
Yeah.
tail end. Right. He was towards the end of his
Right.
career. You know what I'm saying? Sabonis, we didn't get to see at
Yeah.
all. At all. Like people in Europe, and there's some European stations who have montage of how great he is and when he played in Europe. And European players can talk about how great he is, but we never got a chance to see him in the
Right.
NBA.
Right.
So that, and like, if he's had his whole career in the NBA, then we would be able to compare his stats to all the great
There we
centers.
go.
How was he would have done
Yeah.
against David, Patrick, Hakeem? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How well he would have done at, considering his age, he would have come in. Yeah. We would have been stacked up against the great Hall of
Right.
Famers and all the others. You know what I'm saying?
Because how many
So
seasons
we
did
didn't
he
get to see that.
do in the NBA? Sabonis.
Portland. I think he played about 3 or 4, but he
Okay.
was as soon as he came, he had knee
Oh
braces.
wow.
I seen he was right towards the end of his career, bro. End of his career, bro.
Man.
End of his towards the end of his
Yeah.
career. He sort of treated it. Yeah, yeah. He was an old ass rookie. Right towards the end of his career. Right towards the end of his career.
Okay.
And he still played well. He still played
Sabonis.
well. He
Right.
still played well.
You know what? As much as I love D Rose, and the fans know this, Bulls fans, and again, listeners, let us know in the comments. Make sure you're liking and subscribing as well. I know for sure that D Rose, if he wasn't injured, another MVP. At that time, who was stacked in the West, man? Because East was rocking, we know, but if we made it through, if we beat the Heat, it would have been what? Who was, what is this? Oh, 08? Or is this, I'm
Spurs
trying to
versus
think.
Spurs.
Yeah, Spurs.
Oh eight. Oh
Who
eight.
was,
Was that 08? We just won in 07.
so
Dallas. No,
who was like them top teams in the West at that time? Was OKC? No, OKC wasn't like that yet.
no.
Lakers, were they up there like that?
Lakers were still, yeah.
Let me see. Who was like it? When did he? Let's go 2008, 2009, Western Conference NBA. Okay, so Lakers 1, Nuggets 2, Spurs 3, Nuggets 4. Then after that is Houston, then the Mavs. Wow. So, yeah, I don't think we could have beaten the Lakers, man. Like, we would have made the finals for sure, but I don't think we would have had enough. So I'm more so leaning to Kobe and Shaq, man. As tough as it sounds, as tough as it sounds, man, because that's two headaches you got to deal with, man. Like that's and two dominant headaches you got to deal with, Kobe and Shaq. So if they stay together, they could have definitely had a couple more, man. That's no question, no question. So yeah, man, that's tough.
But here's the next thing as well. Around the time Derek Rose got injured, do you know who was still dominating or who just came together?
Who's that?
Boston team, bro. It was a
Rondo,
three-way. It would have been
Pulpus.
so. Yeah.
Oh
Rondo,
man,
wrong. It was that
you're
Boston team,
right. You're
bro.
right. You're right. You're
Bro,
right.
the Boston team was around still. I remember. You know why I remember? That preseason game, England. Not even preseason. Yeah, it was a preseason game. That's why they don't do preseason games no more when they come to England.
Was
Like,
it them and
you
then
know, they're
the
coming over here.
Nets that came? Was it Celtics and Nets
No,
or?
it was Celtics and Bulls. And I
Oh,
remember, I thought I was getting to see Derek Rose. I thought I was getting to see Paul. Bro, they played 2 minutes
that's
at the first quarter, bro, and sat down for the rest of the game. I watched bare no name pussios play. I was so vexed. Now they don't do it because they're coming over here this year, innit? And
yeah.
I know it's Memphis
Memphis.
versus who?
I want to say Magic. Is it? Let me double check.
Yes,
Is
you're
it
right.
Memphis
Memphis
and Magic?
versus Magic.
Yeah.
And not too bad about that one.
Yeah.
That's that. Remember, you're getting Jar's coming over, and Banchero, and on top of that, Memphis and Orlando been playing pretty. Memphis been playing pretty better
Yeah.
recently, and Orlando's playing pretty good. So you're getting half good, half decent teams
Right.
still. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If Jar can come and put on a show,
That'll be cold. Yeah.
that'll be cold. That'll be cold. But yeah. So I'm with you, bro. I'm gonna go though. I'm gonna go with the Lakers
Yeah.
still. I'm gonna go with the Lakers still. Both, right? Both on this one. Both changes franchise's history forever.
Absolutely. Yeah. They both have that same type of impact. One is doing it with one
They will
player,
have that impact
others doing it with two incredible, even
because it's easy to say, right? I'm not saying for whole of the Nets because New Jersey Nets had greats like Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Buck Williams, Derek Coleman, Kenny Anderson, Jocelyn Petrovic, right? New Jersey Nets had their own legends. But hear me, if Brooklyn would have drafted Jalen and Jason, they would have been the best two players in the Brooklyn Nets franchise history
Easily.
ever,
Easily.
ever.
Yeah.
And the same goes for
Yeah.
Kobe. Whether Kobe wins or not, he'll be looked at as that
Right.
legend. That legend. Like that brings me to this subject. Like, we need to get back to revering players and not revering rings, in my opinion. We need to get off this ring talk, and this ring makes you a great like.
Why do you mean
When
that?
I was growing up, because if you do that, you're not going to appreciate their properly, and you're going to forget about great players. Not all great players win rings. Like if that be the case, you're never gonna talk about the Charles Barkley, the Carmelones. You're gonna forget about the Damian Lillards
Yeah.
of this world.
Good point.
You're gonna forget about the Hardens of
Good
this world.
point. Yeah.
Because after a
Chris
while,
Paul's, the
they're not
Charles
gonna play,
Barkley's, yeah.
and you're just gonna highlight the Chris Pauls. You're just gonna highlight the players that win rings. You're not gonna talk about the Dominiques. You're not gonna talk about the Vince Carter. You're not gonna talk about the Tracy McGrady's, the Grant Hills. You're just gonna be talking about players with rings, and then the players with rings, just because you win the ring, there's certain players who won rings are not better than players that didn't
Right.
win rings. They're in a better situation. So it's sometimes there are going to be great players that don't win rings. It's the right situation at certain times. You
Well
get what I'm
said.
saying? So, you know, like for once, like for me, Dominique Hawkins is one of my favorite players. He don't get his shine. People just think he's a dunking machine like Vince Carter, but he wasn't. But at the same time, when Dominique was in his prime, Larry Bird was still in
Yeah.
his, and Jordan. What the hell is meant to do? It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. And we weren't in the era of, oh, well, I can't beat them. Let me go. There was no joining up. It wasn't like that. So I'm not saying you don't join up. Sure. But don't disrespect the legends that, or the players like Harden's going to go down like, yes, he has his faults in the playoffs. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. But scoring wise, he's going to go down one of the greatest scorers of all
Right.
time. That dude. You should think about it, as much as we cuss Harden, he didn't never miss the playoffs in his career. No one talk about that. This dude makes playoffs every year. Every
Right.
year. So that's how I'm looking at that. Like that's how I'm looking at it. I'm starting to appreciate great players. You just sometimes you're in a great situation, bad
True.
situation. It's just how it
True.
goes,
See,
you know?
and
It's simple as
that's
that. Doesn't mean you're not a great
right.
player.
And that's something which I'm excited to listeners. Stay tuned. We mentioned this in a previous podcast, and if you haven't heard it already, myself and OG Shawn are working on the NBA hotel. We're gonna put a picture up now in this clip just so you can see. And obviously you have like the penthouse, the business class, the like superstar lounge, and we're gonna be putting certain players in the right level. Then you got the parking lot, and just like Shawn said, there are some players who haven't won a chip, but they're going to be at that business lounge, or they're going to be at the championship penthouse just because of them as an actual player, you know. So yeah, please stay tuned for that. But Shawn, well said, man.
Don't
Well
get me
said.
wrong, right? In the championship and in the penthouse, yeah, there's them players, yeah? But there is a room. There is a room.
Yes.
They can't.
Right. right. That as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a room. There is a room. You can't enter.
Right.
But you can make the penthouse, you can as a player, but there's a room. You go to open it? No, you just don't have access. Like, oh bro, I was watching a game, yeah? I was watching the Toronto play New York,
Okay.
right? And I saw Scotty Barnes coming into the locker room, yeah? And he's hopping and skipping. And guess, and this is how he gets into the locker room. Eye scan. Not even door open, not even swipe key. Eye scan, retina scan. The door opens, I'm like, oh, it's like that.
Wow.
So yeah, bro, it's like that
Okay,
level.
yeah.
You got rings and that eye scan, it will detect if you got
There we
rings or
go.
not. If you got certain, bro, it's not up.
Right.
Bro,
It's
not
true.
up.
It's true. There we go.
You're in the penthouse. You deserve to
Yeah.
be here. This room, you just can't
Right.
go in. You know, Isaiah goes into that room. You know, I'm naming certain players, goes into Isaiah, goes in there, Creed
Yeah.
go in there, Certain players going. Dirk goes
Right.
in there. Certain players go in that room. Certain players are at that room and sit at that table. It's a room at a table, a room with a table. They sit and discuss.
Right.
As simple as
Right.
that. But I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm with you with the hotel. But you're right. There's certain players that deserve to
Hmm.
be in there. That's why, for certain fact, that's why not every Hall of Fame has a ring.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
You know, not every top 75 has a
Right.
ring.
Right. So,
You know,
Hornets,
but with this one,
Celtics.
I have to go with Kobe.
Yeah.
If we get back, I'll have to go with the
Yeah,
Kobe
man.
one. I'll go with the Kobe, bro. I'll go with the Kobe because not only does he changes the way you look at Charlotte as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Exactly. Let's do it. Round of 8, match 2. That's a tough. I mean, he's made it. Rest in peace. He's made it so far. Personally, I'm leaning to the Kobe and Shaq, but the fact that he made it this far, for the people watching, even for myself, I'm gonna check out his highlights. And the fact that he was like one of the first European players to make an impact at the NBA level, man. Yeah, and from how you're describing him, Shawn, like he had flair and character, charisma. He would talk trash as well. He wasn't just like a silent assassin.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love that. I love that, man.
you talk trash. You talk trash and didn't wash. No, that's the rule, bro. You talk trash and didn't wash. The playing was a nightmare. You're playing against it, so you guard him too tight. You're smelling funk. It's a weapon. He didn't care. There's certain men who don't care like that
Right.
still. But I'm going with you though. It's the allure
Yeah.
of it. The Kobe, like both have rest in peace,
Yes.
Kobe and Jarjan Petrovic. But it's the allure of what if them two had of how great it could have been because of the excitement of seeing the
Yeah.
three. So imagine if they stayed, it would have been 6, it would have been 7. I'd have loved to have seen Jags play, but there's no guarantee. At that time, he was going against that was in the 90s with the Bulls, the first 3 feet. You
Right.
understand that Bulls team is something different. Like even on that Bulls, people talk about Scotty and Jordan. No one don't talk about Horace Grant. Horace Grant was a problem.
That's true as well. Yeah.
Horace Grant was a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm with Kobe.
Yep.
Kobe and Shaq. If they had never split up, definitely.
Ooh, that is
Both,
techie.
that is tough. That is tough.
Sabonis as a rookie
Because
could have gone bits.
I would have loved to have seen. I'd have loved to have seen Sabonis, as a rookie, like I said, basically to join, yeah. Because if Sabonis played as a rookie and played his career in the NBA, he would have been part of that big man era.
Yeah.
So I'd have loved to have seen him play against Kevin Duckworth, rest in peace, Brad Dolby, Bill Cartwright, Patrick Ewing, Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, Akeem Olajuwon, Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning.
Man, I
I'd
love
have
it.
loved to
Yeah.
have seen him played with the big men of that era. I'd have loved to have seen that. At the same time, I'd have loved to have seen Gilbert continue his ascension.
Yeah, because he was
to see how big of a
on the
star
up, man.
he
Yeah.
would have been. I'd have loved to have seen that. So this one's a tough one. This one's a tough one.
How far do you reckon they could have? And see, it's 2 different eras, man. Or should we not equate it to like how far or would they want to chip? Is it just what we'd have liked to see the most, and what that entails? Like, because I know it would have been fun to watch Arenas and Clinton, but Sabonis as well as a rookie.
No, the thing was, I'm more leaning to Sabonis for the reason I just explained, to see him compare with the all-time, with some of the great all-time big, all-time great big men that played.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning that way slightly. Because with Washington, he was nice, and I remember them Washington teams with Karen Butler, Anton Jameson. They were battling the Cleveland in the first round and that. So it's not like they were Eastern Conference Finals. It's like a personal favorite. I liked, like there's some players I like watching, and Gilbert was one.
Yeah.
You understand? There's some players like you see how Ja's exciting, or when Dame's on, like Dame time. Like say you're excited with Steph Curry and Dame time. That's what Gilbert was like.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what Gilbert was like at his time. Hibachi.
Yes. Yeah.
Agent Zero was like.
Yeah.
You understand? So how you watching Dame go off and then you're watching how, Dame time, and you're watching Steph Curry doing his shimmy and run up and down. Gilbert Arenas was taken down in overtime.
Exactly.
So it was a personal favorite. But because of how they talk about Sabonis and how he's revered as one of the greats of all time, even though he didn't come to the NBA and come to the NBA late. He still talked about one of the greatest of players of all time, of
It's
all time
incredible.
greatest centers. And I love to have seen it though in the NBA compared to the other players. So that's why I'm leaning with Sabonis. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the Sabonis. I'm gonna go with Sabonis personally because I wanna see him if he would have dominated David,
Yeah,
Patrick. If you
yeah, in his
understand, if he would have
prime.
pushed his
Yeah,
team to the finals, if he was that dominant of a player with the passing. Remember, he could shoot threes as well at the time when they couldn't
right,
shoot threes. You
right.
understand? 7'4", when most centers were 7'2". At 7'4", the only other center that I knew at 7'4" or taller was Shawn Bradley, and he was nothing like that. And Mark Eaton for Utah.
Mm,
He was 7'4". He was just more of a block shot guy, but he had more skills. So I'd want to see Sabonis at his
yeah.
prime
Okay.
and go through that. I'd definitely love to see
No,
that.
same. Seeing that matchup as well, because if he was a problem and people speak about him and he was at the tail end of his career, I can only imagine what he could have been like had he entered the NBA during his rookie year. Yeah, he could have been.
Right, would have seen him in his prime.
Well,
You understand what I'm saying? You don't know how many championships he won. Well, as much as that 3-point shot,
yeah, Jerry.
if Ray had missed that shot, we would have had 6. It's the Bulls. The way it's got to be. I'm biased. I want to lean and say yeah, we'll have 6
Yeah,
rings.
yeah, yeah.
But it's if he did that shit, that had the whole world in the chokehold. The
Exactly,
last start.
exactly. Yeah, it did.
So come on now.
It did.
Even though it was cold, even without COVID, people have
Right.
watched it. COVID just made it, and there was no sports
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
There was no sports, and oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that just made it even worse. Put it say, no other documentary could. Jordan can put out our next one. It won't be the same
Nah,
numbers. It just
no,
won't. Remember, there was no
nothing.
sports. Yeah, nothing. And then
That
this was
saved us,
out a
boy.
week
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
My
That saved us, boy.
gosh. Oh my
That saved us.
gosh.
Because
Oh
we was
my gosh.
feeling
Oh my
for
gosh.
something to watch. You give us a doc on
Something to watch.
MJ, the Bulls at that time, and just everything that was happening in between.
And remember, since then, he don't
No,
talk. So
no.
we'll get into Jordan talking. So don't he talk after that? He's been talking, rapping his mouth. He don't talk through. So we're getting something that we hardly hear of. So yeah. It's got to be. And the dynamics of the Pippin, the
Yeah.
fallout with Pippin. I mean, you find out so much after that documentary. You're like, okay, you're great, but you're an arsehole. No one likes you. No one really likes you.
Remind me, because to be honest, this is a part of the doc that I've forgotten about. I knew he was the reason. Like, I understand the impact he had, how he brought these superstar players together, and like he is one of the reasons why they were so successful. But why did he break them up again? Was it because they didn't like him, or they didn't really get along with him, like off the court type of stuff? Or
I know Jordan, they didn't respect him. I know the players didn't respect him.
okay,
And Phil didn't respect him, and he didn't like the fact that he put the team together, but all the credit is gone to Phil and Jordan and the team.
okay,
He didn't like the fact because he's the one who brought in Tony Kukoc, right? And like they that's the why when they went to the Olympics, Jordan and Pippen were guarding Kukoc and made his life hell because of him.
okay.
He's the one who drafted Kukoc and top Kukoc and raw. It was a clash of egos, basically.
Okay.
It was similar. It was like how American football is with the owner. I know they had their own documentary as well. They done well. Um, was it Jerry Jones?
Okay.
And when they won it with their head coach had a falling out. But Jerry Jones is the owner of the team, so he wanted the credit
Right.
instead of Jimmy Johnson,
Right.
the head coach. So he fired Jimmy Johnson when they really should have kept him. And they ain't won since. You know, he fired him. They won the next year, but after that they didn't win. But they won with basically Jimmy Johnson's team.
Okay.
With Chicago, he said, you know, he is not re-signing Phil. Phil's contract came out, and he said he is not re-signing Phil. And by saying he is not re-signing Phil, yeah, and he said this at the beginning of the season, they fell out so bad. I'm not re-signing Phil whether we win it or lose it. And Jordan said, if they don't re-sign Phil, I'm not returning. So he literally watched it crumble. So he thought, you lot can leave. It was me who built it. I can build the next one. and hence why you lot got what you
Yeah.
got. You know, like it was real bad. Chicago came the whipping stick for many years.
Damn.
Real bad. Real bad.
Damn. Okay.
It was 10 years back. It was real. It was real bad. It was 9 years back of bad.
Yeah.
You know, you tried Ed Curry, you tried with Tyson Chandler. What's his name? Not Tyson Chandler. Is it Chandler? What's his name? It is Tyson Chandler, the center. He won a ring with Dallas
Oh,
still.
Tyson Chandler. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
tried, yeah. It was a little while before you got back. You know, you got Elton Brand, but you traded him away.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Run our test. You drafted some
Yeah.
players. You did went through the process, but you just didn't get. After losing Jordan, you're just not gonna replace
No.
that. You understand? It's just you. You need a Victor, a Cooper Flag, and even if you get one of them, you
Yeah.
understand?
No.
That's not
No.
gonna replace. It's not gonna replace. Dirk Rose was on the track.
Yeah.
Dirk Rose wasn't gonna replace that, but he was on the track to heal him.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all you're gonna
Exactly.
do is heal him. It's got to be that. Because of that reason,
Yeah.
it's got to be that. It's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the. It's because we didn't get to see him. Remember, yeah, you made a mistake, but we saw Kobe's career
Yeah. Play out. Yeah.
fulfilling and
Yeah.
play out, and it was destined. He might as well. The way it seemed like it was destined, but I would have liked to have seen
Sabonis.
Sabonis, like I said, for that reason. I'd have just loved to have seen him go up against the Akeem Olajuwons and the Patrick Ewings and the David of this
Right.
world. I'd have loved to have seen him go up against the Dream, Ewing, Admiral. I'd have just loved to have
Yeah.
seen it. If he'd have dominated them, even the Rick Smiths of this world, there was some big men around, so I'd have liked to have seen it still.
Agree.
So yeah, it have to be in the Sabonis
I
for
would
me
agree.
personally.
Shit. Now this is a heavyweight round, man. Shit. Because both is giving you championships on championships. It's just, how do you want to look at it? Do you want to go East Coast with it, or do you want to go West Coast with it? Shit. Oh, let us
I'm
know in the
both
comments,
like
people, as well.
Shaq.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Damn.
You know what? Shaq before Kobe passed it, Shaq and that Shaq's come out and regretted his fallout. Like he's regretted a couple of things, leaving Orlando and leaving that. I'm surprised that didn't make it. What if Shaq didn't leave Orlando with Penny Hardaway? I'm surprised that didn't make it, bro. That should have made it thinking about it. That should have made it as well. Shaq's got two of them. That Orlando one and this one. He didn't win it in Orlando, but they were coming. They were almost done. They were on their way. They were on their way.
So tough, man.
Both we got to see win.
Exactly. That's what makes it harder, to be honest.
Both we got to see win. That's a tough one because both is like I said, both is like the Lakers was. You know what? I might just lean with the Lakers. The Bulls were on their way down. Not on their way down age wise. How old was Jordan? 35, 36?
Yeah, yeah. Versus Kobe and Shaq during that time,
Who was still
they was
ascending.
okay. Yeah. That's a good
They were
point.
still ascending.
When you put it
with
like
Kobe.
that,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go with Lakers. Just because of that terminology. Sorry, whoever's listening, watching. I hate if you hate me. So hard. I'm just putting it down to that terminology. For me, I'm putting it down for that terminology. It's just easy. They were ascending and they were descending.
I hear it.
You know, both I believe should have been. You play it out until you play it out. Like this is a tough one. Like I wanted to see Sabonis against Shaq. I wanted to see, like I said, against the big man. But he had a great career in Europe, and he came at the tail end in the NBA. I'm just gonna go with the Kobe. It's just like maybe it's my thing of remember, like when everything's new, like the Millennium thing. It was that exciting. You understand what I'm saying? It was exciting. It was exciting. It was exciting times. It was. They were dominant. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lakers for me. Even though I'm so close, that's a tough one. But I'm just gonna go with the Lakers still.
Lakers win it. The Lakers
Yeah,
win it.
yeah.
Wow. But
But
let's
like I said,
see.
I'm surprised Penny
See what other people voted. So,
winner and shit. Oh,
okay. So
yours was
Rose
high.
won. Yeah. MJ was up there. If MJ hadn't, okay.
Number two. Okay, number three, 68%. Harden, OKC.
Hadn't left. Okay. Oh, if the Hawks hadn't traded
Russell,
Bill Russell,
6.
Derrick
Spurs.
Wilson.
Spurs again, if Ray didn't hit the Ray again, Ray. Durant, step on the line, 50%. Okay, half of them. 60%. Kobe. Kawhi got 54%.
It's the top 10. Okay. Yeah, Lenny was
But I'm
there.
surprised.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't have. What if Grant Hill didn't get injured?
True. Yeah.
They didn't have that one there. Where if Tracy McGrady didn't get injured, but Tracy McGrady did come back and play for Houston. But it should have Shaq and if Shaq didn't leave Orlando,
Yeah.
and if
Those are some
Tracy,
good
and then if
ones.
Grant Hill didn't get injured, that would have been good. If Grant Hill didn't get injured, I'm trying to think of the next one.
Those are good ones, man.
Them two are the ones I can fit off my head. You know, if they, yeah,
Yeah.
them two are the ones I can fit, think of off my top of my head. Still, that was good, bro.
No, that was good. That was good. And for the listeners, please make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment as well. And if you want us to react to any specific categories that you want us to do first, because we've got a whole list. But if there's anything you would like us to do straight away, please let us know. But once again, we appreciate you listening. We've got many more to come. The NBA Hotel is coming soon. Do not worry, it is coming very, very soon. We're gonna keep you guys updated on that. But once again, this is myself, Coach D, and my co-host, the OG Shawn, signing out. Appreciate you, family.
Let's roll. Respect, bro.